Welcome back to the railroad, everyone.
In today's video, we are installing the radio control and the battery connection.
So here we have one of our F7 units. These are USA trains that we'll be converting to Revolution. And part of the reason that these things are being converted is that the electronics have been shot in here. They're no longer operable. There's a number of different things. I'm not sure what they did to them, but they're not running. Plus, a lot of the axles have the gears stripped in them, cracked gears. So we'll be replacing those, and I'm going to remove the electronics, rewire with everything with LEDs. These are the old incandescent bulbs. These must have been the early editions of the F7s. Anyway, let's get into this. Now, a lot of these just came with the rig to run a light and the smoke units. No sounds. They were very expensive if you wanted sound on these. So we'll just be removing these because the Revolution train engineers actually do have sounds. Now, another thing that I'll do to disconnect the track pickups is I remove the center two posts on each block. You'll see these center two posts, so I pull one and the other. I do the same on this side, and then we'll actually be removing these wires. And that allows me to remove that. Which leaves only the two motor block plugs. And I'll be plugging my own wires into the motor block plugs, which will run back to, let's see, this is the rear end, so this will be where I set up the receiver. Now, the smoke units actually need to come out of any unit that I'm going to put battery in because they make it too small of an area to have the battery. And we'll put our smoke units in with the bag of electronics. I try not to cut wires unless absolutely necessary in the operation. I did cut the wires going into the track pickups, but they're easy enough to resolder onto the rigs that are still in the trucks if you ever do need to go back to track power. I cannot see these ever going back to track power because the entirety of Ken Neslin's railroad is dead rail. And I'm pretty sure he's going to run these for a long, long time. I keep everything either in bins or attached right to the units. The screws for this are attached right to it. But the speaker will go right in here. And on the battery units, I will have a switch for power. And we'll have the linking pin in here, which is a push button. The linking pin will be set up here for the Revolution train engineer. Just be a little red button that shows there. Okay. So this is one that had everything taken off of it. Still missing pieces. I've got to put the cones for the exhaust back on. And I'm not doing smoke units on these. Okay, so what we have here is we were missing the light section, light board up here for the headlights, marker lights, and Mars lights. So I replaced all those. I rewired those with LEDs. I also rewired the tail light here with an LED, basically because the LEDs work so much better with the Revolution train engineer. So this is a Revolution train engineer, and basically I've just pulled the power wires from each of the trucks up and ran them in. Now the power comes from a Makita battery. You can run any size of Makita battery in this right up to the 5s. They fit in here perfectly. And when you close it back up, you try putting the tail end on first and then drop the front end, and you'll want to watch this a little bit. Right there, all set. And if you watch, you can see when I put it into forward, the lights will come on. They're all looking good. Okay. And I put an on-off switch. This will be the main engine that will have the battery in it. The unit is going to be an ABA, and actually in these they call them an ABC. You'll notice that there's a 356C is the C unit we'll be using. But easy enough. Pull the top off when your battery is low. Key to batteries. Throw a new battery in it and away you go. No having to charge up your batteries. And these Makita batteries, the 5 amperes, will run an ABA probably about 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half. May only be 1 hour. We'll see how it really goes. The Makita battery has a space right here where it can set. It's at the forward end of the engine. Adds a little more weight to the forward end. You can use a full 5 amp hour battery, Makita. It sets in, locks in place, and it actually sits nicely right in here. Now, I've left the wires a little long so I can always get to different items when I have to. This is the plug for the forward set of truck axles, the forward truck. The rear truck wires come out here. Let's bring you in a little closer. The rear truck wires come out here. They all go into here. This is the motor connection. The power connection is over here, and it comes from a switch, which is here. There's a switch here. Let's bring you down a little bit. Okay. So here is your switch. Turn the power on and off. You heard the click. The speaker, of course, is in here. The outside plug is for the speaker. The inside plug is for the linking device. This is the linking push button. When you have your receiver or your transmitter ready to link, you push linking on it and push and hold this for just about 2 to 3 seconds, and it will normally link very quickly. You have 3 lighting connections here. The center one is your positive post for your LEDs. The right side one is your rear. The left side one is your forward lights. And it drives them up to the voltage of the battery. So you want to make sure the lights, if they're LEDs, they have possibly a 1K ohm resistor on them. And the only other thing I did was the layout, just to make sure everything runs smoothly. So, and then when you do run low on your battery, you just lift the top off, set it to one side, put a different battery in, put the top back on, and you're ready to go again. Quick change, no having to charge your batteries while in the engine. I hope you enjoyed that. Let's go run some trains. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Be safe, stay healthy. We'll see you down the rails, and God bless.